Welcome to GOB with Christie and Cathi, where we talk about writing, reading, and life in between.
I'm Christie in South Florida.
And I'm Cathi in South Dakota.
We're two newbie writers who share our love of food, wine, and crime fiction. We have interviews with best-selling and award-winning authors on our Corks and Conversation episodes.
And don't forget our Words in Progress episodes, where we have fun writing lessons with writing experts.
Join us for today's episode. Welcome to the season finale.
Season 5 finale, Christie. That's crazy.
I know. This came really quick.
It did.
I think.
Yeah, a little quicker than we thought.
But then I look back at all the different authors that we talked to, and I was like, that was this season? Because we started out, I think the season.
Well, before we get into the season, let's start with the most exciting part of today's finale.
Okay.
We have been gifted, each of us, a very, very nice bottle of wine from the very kind folks at Cardinal Rule. And mine is a Pinot Noir.
And mine's a Cabernet Sauvignon.
So I'm just pouring some. You can hear it.
Yes. And I poured some here. And I can't wait. So now this is Iris Yamashita. And we did her book, City Under One Roof.
Which is great.
I would say mid-season. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was earlier this year.
Yep.
And she was great. And she was drinking this wine, and this is her brother-in-law's.
Yeah, his vineyard.
Yes.
And he has some partners. So they very kindly sent us some. So I'm going to taste my Pinot Noir, and you taste your Cab.
Okay. I'm gonna do a little smell, because it does smell really good. And I got the big glass for it.
I got my
because not only is this gifted to us, this is a very nice price point above our normal pay grade.
It is.
So I think it's around a $50 bottle of wine.
Yeah, very nice.
What a way to end the season.
I know. Cheers, Christie, to the end of season 5. Cheers to us.
Oh, mine is so good.
Mine is too. Mine is just smooth.
Ah. You know, you kind of forget that, like, I've been to California and done some, gone around to some vineyards, and you have when it's really, really good, like this.
A delicious.
I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Yeah. Do you have some info on the vineyard you're going to share with our lovely listeners?
Yeah. It was, so it's Cardinal Rules Wines, and Iris had told us that it was because they went to Stanford together. But basically, they're lawyers, part of a firm. There's 3. It's been in the Scharf family for 30 years, this vineyard in Healdsburg, California. And one of the Scharfs, Stephen Scharf, is a Los Angeles lawyer.
Okay.
As is Iris's brother-in-law, actually her sister too.
Okay.
And her sister's name is Rose.
Oh.
And her name is Iris.
I love that.
Think that's so nice? I know. When I saw that, I was like, and then the third lawyer is Sue Atkins.
Okay.
And their families came together, and they basically have the motto, drink what you love what you drink.
Well, that sounds like a perfect thing for us.
I know. And it's so it's a small California vineyard. I guess all the grapes are coming from that Dry Creek Valley area. Well, you can look on their website, Cardinal, and we'll put a link, because it says exactly the winemaker, and it says where it is, when it's harvested. I mean, this is the real deal. This isn't mass bottling
farm to table.
Grapes all over the world or something.
Yeah. Well, I will say the Pinot Noir is very, very nice. It's very smooth. Lots of berry flavors, I'm thinking, and like kind of jammy. Very good.
I wish I knew more about how to describe wines other than how we can do with our,
That's where I got jammy.
Their website was like, subtle notes of smoked tobacco leaf and mineral underscore the plum, dried rosemary, and dark cherry flavors of this balanced wine. And honestly, I think that's what it is, like the smokiness that I get first. And then, I mean, it's nice on your mouth, and it's also kind of warm as it goes down, which, don't always have. Sometimes it's just like you're drinking grape juice or something.
Yeah.
And I wish you were, I was up there sitting in front of a fire with you.
Well, that would be perfect because we are getting in yet another blizzard.
No way.
And we're so close. Like the forecast is like, things are melting but this keeps happening. We'll get melting and then another blizzard. We're recording this before Easter, and we're heading to the ranch for Easter, and my mother-in-law is supposed to be getting 20 inches of snow in the next day and 2.
Oh my gosh.
Happy Easter, everyone. So anyway, but yes, it would be very nice.
I know we're ending our season just a tad early, but seriously, it's still snowing, at the end of the season, and normally it's, you're practically sitting outside on your patio.
I know. There's no question. It's been a very, 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 very long winter. But so let's refresh the season a little bit because we did start it together at Bouchercon.
Oh, yeah. I forgot that.
Yeah. We started it together in Minneapolis. And
wow.
I know. And part of me is like, oh, those 6 months or 7 months have flown. But the other part of me is like, what? Like, was that just yesterday? Like, that's crazy. So
I know.
That was fun.
I know. A lot has happened, and it's gone really quick because of that, I guess. I guess
think so.
That's a good thing. I don't know. But...
Yeah.
So we're stopping now to sip the wine and smell the season. Smell the flowers?
Sure.
We're slowing down a little for our last episode so that we can enjoy what we just rushed through.
Yeah, it's been a whirlwind, and I think one of my favorite things about this season was the new series, the Crime Book Chat, because that was your invention, and it was a great one. One of our challenges is just we couldn't fit all the authors in that we wanted to, and so Christie had this great idea of bringing a panel together because. Over the summer, we went to some writing conferences and we hosted some panels. And so at Sleuthfest, I guess we hosted a panel and it worked out great. It was super fun, I thought, having all of those authors together. And they seemed to really like it as well. So that was one of my favorite things we did this season.
And we're ending up the season with a couple. And they're great.
I know.
So much fun to listen to, because you get so many different perspectives and you only have to have one really funny person in the group, but sometimes you might have like 5 or something.
I know. So that was just one of my favorite things. And another thing I was thinking about today was, we've had a really long string of authors who went on and were winning awards. And I'm thinking about Wanda Morris. She just kept getting award after award. And
I know, that's so exciting.
I know, we met her last summer at Thriller Fest, and Yasmin, absolutely loved Yasmin.
Yep. Iris, she was great.
Yep.
Talking with her. Elle. Oh my gosh,
I know,
so many.
It's so much. And then I was thinking about,
and we're not missing. I mean, if we don't mention one of them, it doesn't mean that it wasn't great, because I really feel like we did not have any bad episodes.
I thought it was a great season. We've had some duds in the past, let's be honest.
Right, but
not naming names, but mostly.
And we haven't always been on top of things either.
We didn't do our job during those episodes. But what else was fun this year? I was just thinking off the top of my head because I did 0 to prep today. I apologize. We had so many authors that came back for a second time, like Lisa Unger, who I think Lisa Unger might be the best combination of just this very, very dark mind, but also just one of those enjoyable humans in the world.
Yes.
Like she's so lovely and she's so sweet, but yet
she's so smart, it really comes through with all her, and her books are great. So she's just like the real deal.
She is the real deal. She is the real deal. So it was so fun to have her back on, and Ashley Winstead.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. She was fun, too. Oh, my gosh. That was a fun episode.
And what I love about Ashley is that she's publishing right now 2 books a year, and she's flip-flopping between thrillers and romance.
Which, speaking of romance,
Oh,
Jasmine Guillory,
that's
remember?
right. Yes.
We threw a romance in there.
We did, kind of to start the season out, which
Kathy's
is...
you're dabbling in writing some romance.
I am.
So, that'll be fun.
I am, and I didn't expect to be doing that.
I think it's fun to write romance. I think it'll be gregreat.
I
might do that too eventually. Maybe we can do one together.
Oh, that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That would be fun, Christy. We could, because we've always talked about co-writing, because we have so many authors that do co-write, and that would be fun. A romance would be really, I think, a fun way to do that.
Yeah, because we have different perspectives.
And say one of us could be each of the characters. Like, write that character's perspective. Because you know how a lot of romance books go back and forth between his and hers, or hers and hers, or his and his, whatever happens to be.
Right.
But that'd be fun. Or theirs and theirs.
Thinking of plot ideas.
I know. Yeah, so that was... oh, and you know what? Jeffrey Deaver.
Oh, yeah.
Returning to our love of dark thrillers. I mean, he is so fun to talk to.
And talk about somebody who knows his stuff, and he's so giving to all the other authors.
He is. You know, I feel like Lisa Unger is like that too. They both really support young or newer writers. Maybe not in our case young, but newer writers. And he was just an absolute gem to talk to. And
Chris Calvin, that was our Courts and Conversation too, and we just love her, and she's got such a great perspective on life and just loves to share it. So
it was so fun to talk with her about her suspense thriller mystery book, and then talk mostly about gratitude, and that was one of my favorite conversations for sure. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, I'm gonna have another sip of wine.
This wine's going down very, very fine. This weekend, my husband and I were sitting in front of the fire, and we were touching base after the week, on Friday late afternoon, and I said, "Oh yeah, open a bottle of wine," and he went and grabbed this Cardinal Rule, and I was like, "No!" I hadn't told him about this episode, and he was almost ready to open it, and I flipped out.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, wasn't that funny? But it's funny because he's like, "This is such a cool label." And I was like, I know.
Oh, good. Oh, good.
So I'll share some. Are you going to let him have...
I was going to say, are you going to share some when he gets home?
I will. Yeah, I will.
I know. I'm like going, I got to make sure maybe I'll save this. I think we're going to have a little bit of a pre-Easter celebration.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be at it scattered, I think, during the weekend. And so maybe I'll let somebody have a sip.
Have a sip. It is a very, this would be a lovely wine.
Although it's very smooth. I don't know if it'll make it.
I know, it's so smooth. It's dangerously smooth.
Oh, man.
I know. What a lovely gift. So, Iris, thank you. And thank you to the Cardinal Rule. Okay, so, yeah, season 5 was
Go out and buy some because it's really good. See, there you go.
As I say, it's a perfect, if you really wanted to step up your game and bring a nice gift to like your host this weekend, probably a little bit late for that, but it is very, very, very lovely. I don't think you can go wrong with this at all.
Yeah.
So should we talk a little bit about our early season break? This is about a month or 6 weeks earlier than usual, it seems like. Maybe does that seem fair?
Yeah, I don't know. It's so hard to tell and I don't like to go back too far.
No, but we usually go to the end of May.
We end in, is it the end of May?
I think so. Okay. I think so, but this year we decided to, as we were talking about some ways that we would like to evolve the podcast for next season, that kind of started this, right? And I'll be honest, I'm a little overwhelmed right now, and the one thing that is falling through the cracks is my own writing, and I'm extremely frustrated by it, and so I'm really hoping in the off season, and I'm saying it publicly now because I'm stuck, right? I really am hoping to find more time to dive back into my writing on a more consistent basis. Sadly, it is confessional time. It is the thing I let go of first, always. And it's the thing I want to do most. And so I'm excited to have some time a little extra time.
The podcast is time consuming.
It is.
We don't think it is. We're only talking for a short period, but there's the prep time. There's, all the stuff that goes with it. So
social media.
Social media, just, blog posts, emails, and all that stuff.
Christie, and so just the communication that you do, Christie does all of our communication with all of the agents and publicists and writers, and it is a lot of details. And that's extremely time consuming.
Yeah, it is because, you know, it weighs on you. And plus, I'm really, you know, I've learned over the years of working with Cathi the benefits of being very organized. Not that I wasn't organized before, but she's very organized. And so I try to go through those emails and clean up our inbox now.
I am impressed with the folders that you have created. I am.
I swear it was because you started it, obviously. and if you look at my personal emails, I'm like going, oh my gosh, you know, I just don't delete anything hardly at all. You know, I know. And it is frustrating. And I do appreciate at least the main inbox. I do pretty well. I realized I'm not doing the update thing because Gmail like messes you up. It puts things all over the place.
I wish I loved Gmail more. I just don't.
I know.
I wish I did.
But it's the thing. I mean, it's got so much going with it, with the Google Drive and everything.
You know, you introduced me to the Google Drive when we started this years ago. And I now use Google Drive for my entire life. I live in that Google Drive, four different Google Drives. But I just absolutely love a Google Drive. I just don't like Gmail. I think I've told you this before. My dad, one day, I think it was on Father's Day, he was over. He and my husband loved to have gin and tonics together. And Clayton brought out a gin and tonic to him, and he spilled it. And my father is a very devout Catholic, and he said, I'd rather see a church burn than have a spilled drink. Sorry. I always thought that was
That's so funny when they come up with stuff like that.
And he just rolled off his tongue. And I thought, at the time he was 82, and I'd never heard him say that, and it was so funny. But so I would rather see a book get spilled on than spill this wine.
Yeah. A book get banned?
Oh, God.
Yeah.
That would be a fun topic to talk about next year, actually. So we are, so I'm not the only one working on my writing, I presume, this summer.
Yes. And I'm working, I've started really dedicating on the, I'm first going to, go through and edit the first novel that I had completed when we met. Mm-hmm. And then got put to the wayside. And now I'm saying, okay, I'm going to go do it one more time and see, now that we know so much more. Yeah. Even on the publishing process and that type of thing.
Christy, I think back to the year I actually pitched at Thriller Fest, how not ready my novel was. I mean, it wasn't, even for the agents who asked, I didn't send it. It was not in any way, shape, or form ready to go. And so just think of all the things we've learned these last several years.
Yes. And I have a few more, that are like at various work.
You told me a premise that you were working on a few months ago, and it has stuck with me. I thought it was so good. And
good.
That remains to be seen.
We'll see. So
I'm excited.
Yeah. So I am excited about doing that, and we are going to have a nice long period of time to do that in. Mm-hmm. And I think I still need some accountability. Mm-hmm. In other words, the emails would not be as clean as they are if Cathi wasn't holding me accountable.
We can have weekly accountability meetings. How about that?
Yeah. Every so often, and maybe we can pop in and throw in a podcast.
Yes, I've actually thought about doing that on the podcast, because there is something about deadlines and accountability that is very powerful. Yeah. It's a very powerful motivator.
So in other words, keep following us. We'll send out probably, I guess, emails once in a while, let you know what's going on. And if we happen to throw a podcast in or whatever, and then when the new season starts. So
yeah, you've got some really good ideas for the new season. I think are going to be really fresh and exciting. And I love innovating and checking ourselves and making sure we're improving the quality of what we're doing and the content of what we're presenting for our listeners. Sorry. Wrong
They could
genre.
Read too, or they could read our newsletters. And the thing is, I think that most of our listeners are people just like us, Cathi. They're people that either are writing and read a lot, or read a lot and like to know about writing.
Yeah.
So we're going to try to kind of combine what we love more than just interviewing all the time. And that way we can learn more.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And we'll have fun too.
Oh yeah, we managed to have a pretty good time together.
Yeah, it is fun. It is a fun venture.
It is. It's a great adventure, and I'm
So we're not stopping forever, but we are going to start seasons. Season 6 at the end of the summer.
Yeah, I hope and anticipate that at the very least we'll both feel like we took the time off from the podcast and did invest that specific time into writing. At least we could honor that.
Yes, I agree. Well, you know what? Let's do a final cheers for season 5 with our Cardinal Rule.
Yay.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us for today's episode.
Subscribe to our podcast on our website, gameofbookspodcast.com, or wherever you listen to podcasts. And if you liked what you heard, you can give us a 5-star rating or review.
You can also subscribe on YouTube, where you can watch and listen.
On gameofbookspodcast.com, you can find all the information about what we talked about on this episode. And you can sign up for our newsletter and enter our fun contests and giveaways.
We also post our stories and links on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. Hope to see you there.
I can guarantee you that we had fun today.
And we hope you did too.
Cheers!